What is it that is wrong with people not wanting to do adoptions? My name is Lillian, and you are welcome to the Let's Talk show. So my topic today is I'm just trying to be liberal. I just wanted to reflect on something that I feel like people are always opposing, or people are always trying to detach themselves from having the conversations. So growing up over time as a Catholic, we know so many motherless babies home where there are very beautiful, adorable children that their parents, you know, abandoned or couldn't take care of, or just had to, bring them there, mad people's children, so many things. But then these children are people's children. And as somebody who is an advocate for depopulation, left to me, I want the population of this world to drop drastically because we're not doing anything here. When people were having plenty children was when they needed all hands on deck, when they needed plenty hands in industrialization, in agriculture. But now we're doing more of the pop culture, doing more of the tech. We don't need so many people. In fact, robots are even doing the jobs for us. What you need is just one child, two, three children. And then now we have the evolution of IVF, surrogacy, and all those things. So having children, and when people say they do not want to have children now, it's beginning to make more sense because the need for it then and the need for it now is no longer the same. And then saying when you are old, you have someone to take care of you, the guarantee is very low. Go to the villages and go and check people's old mothers and know how many of their children. It's not because they hate their mothers, it's because they do not have the financial capability to even take care of themselves, talk more of taking care of somebody else's. It's like more of taking care of their parents. It's not always that easy, especially when you have those children and you don't leave any legacy for them. They have to start building from the scratch. If you are lucky, they can take you out of poverty. But if you're not, there is nothing you can do because they didn't give it to you and you didn't give it to your child. It's not supposed to appear from anywhere. This is me digressing. What I wanted to talk about is how about we start doing this, adopting children, adopting the children that are already. When I talked about abortion, I said I that people should bother more about human beings that are alive and not about the one that is unwanted, or the one that has not been brought to life, or the one that is inside the womb that the mother still has rights on whether to keep or to remove. And now a child has been born, this child does not have parents, and parents are looking for children. You can easily go to the motherless babies and adopt a child, and that child becomes yours. Whatever thing that you need from, I've never had a child before. I've never adopted one before. So I might just be speaking from an ignorant view. This is not me trying to pose opinion. This is me thinking out loud. So what if you people are having issues with having children, or you do not want to go through the hassle of having children, but you want to have a child? Why not opt for an adoption? If you get there, you see children, you watch out for their features, you know, okay, this is the one that can fit into mine. Or you have one child and you want to have a second one and decide to, okay, this one child is my biological child because I noticed that there is this fulfillment that comes with having your own doppelganger, like, see me, see pikin where I produce, see pikin where my body fluid produce. And then you want to have it double. What about we start inculcating adoptions and stop making it seem like it's a shameful thing, and stop making it seem like it's a thing to be kept sacred? The reason why we do it that way is because when you adopt those children, you do not treat them as well as you treat your own children. But if you adopt a child is your child. There is no such thing as biological. Your child could be a foster child, it could be an adopted child, it could be a biological child, right? And if we do it this way, you'll notice that maybe what is they call that thing when they happen for East? That baby farming. What is they call them? Those people where they force made them born, sell the picking, maybe making farm or something. Baby factories will reduce. So if you can run a baby factory, I don't see any difference between running a baby factory and doing a proper adoption. So from my experience, I've heard a lot of people say the reason why we do not adopt children is because you don't know the blood of the person that raised the genes of the child, which is very valid. But if you still have baby factories and these women are being impregnated by criminals and you still come to buy that child, knowing fully well that you still have a part to play in the growth of a child. I know that genetics is a thing, but environment is also a thing. The way you raise a child is the way the child grows. I am saying this because I am tired of seeing helpless children on the streets. As much as we preach against having being financially buoyant before having children, we should also preach that these children, people should be open to adopting these children. especially in Africa, because we are overpopulated. People should take breaks from having children or have one for themselves and adopt another one. If you want to have three children, you can give birth to two and adopt one. You want to have two children, give birth to one and adopt one. That's just what I think. And as per my podcast is on the niche of society and culture, when I make observations about things that are happening, or when I go to certain places and see how things turn out, I like to come here to tell you people that we should be putting certain things in consideration. They say adoption process is hard, but then so is childbirth as well. This is, I feel like it's more like an act of kindness, an act of giving back to society. Personally, if God blesses me, and I know He would, blesses me in my lifetime, there is no way I'm not going to have adopted children. If I eventually have biological children, I would also want to have adopted children, because I believe that a child is a child. This today's podcast is supposed to be like a reflection. I wasn't coming to lecture us on anything. I just felt like, you know, one or two things that happen, trying to, bring your attention to certain things for you to change your mind about how strict or how one-sided we are with, hey, I need to have my own children, I need to have my own children. We can adopt and still live happily and still have that fulfillment of you have your own child and not feel like you did something wrong. You get. So thank you very much for stopping by. I hope to see you next week, and do take care of yourself.